All right.
All right, well, thank you for coming this evening. I have been a registered nurse since October of last year, but I have been working in a gastroenterology or a GI clinic since 1999, and that's over 10 years. And in that process of working there, I have seen lots and lots of cases. Some good, some bad. One of those cases is a young lady that came in, and she came in for being tired, a little bit of rectal bleeding, and she attributed the rectal bleeding to hemorrhoids, which she had been diagnosed with. Didn't think it was that important, had a little bit of heartburn. Our doctor ended up doing a colonoscopy on her, and they found colon cancer. This woman, at a very young age, now left parents, brothers and sisters, friends, and even a little child behind. Now, if she would have had a screening colonoscopy, she could have possibly been saved. And that is what has brought me here today, to explain to you what exactly a screening colonoscopy is, why you should have one, and exactly who should have one. So I'm going to go ahead and start with what it is. It's a very thin scope, probably the size of your small finger here. Real thin, flexible, it's got a light and a camera on the end of it. They will then, after anesthesia, they will then go into the rectum with the scope. It'll come up the colon and all the way to the end of the large colon. It does not go into the small bowel or anything like that. And I will go ahead and pass it around if you'd like to take a look at that. Now the reason for this is because it is the ACG, which is the American College of Gastroenterology, and the National Cancer Institute both agree that you should have one done to catch precancerous and cancerous growths before they start, before the symptoms come up, before there's problems. Now, who should have one? Number one, per Tammy, our nurse practitioner that I used to work for with Dr. Valentine. She now works at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. She states that everybody over 50 should have a screening colonoscopy. That's if you have no personal or family history of colon cancer. If you do, you should have one sooner. Now, another reason to have a screening colonoscopy would be if you have a personal history of any type of GI issues, such as Crohn's, celiac disease, or something along that line. Now, if you have a poor diet, high fatty foods, no exercise or little exercise, or you smoke, you should have a screening colonoscopy sooner than 50. Reason being is statistics have shown that those will increase your likelihood of colon cancer. So, is everybody ready to schedule their colonoscopy? No. No? Well, I'll tell you what, you are with a lot of people. A lot of people say that. And there is a lot of reasons why they say this, and there's a lot of common reasons. Number one, it's expensive. People say, this is expensive. With doctors, hospital charges, medication charges, you're talking a couple $1,000 up to possibly $10,000 depending on what they find. Now, according to the National Cancer Institute, Medicare now does cover all kinds of screening colonoscopies for those over 50 or those with personal history under specific guidelines. And according to the American Cancer Association, most or all of the new insurance plans that are started now must cover screening colonoscopies. They're hoping by this, putting this into effect, that the policies that already exist will adopt this practice. Another reason, I'm healthy. I'm not sick, I don't have anything wrong. Again, like the story that I gave to you, she thought she had nothing wrong. A lot of adenomas, which are precancerous growths, start and they grow for years and years without symptoms. There are no symptoms at all. So to have the colonoscopy would to get a baseline. Then you will know what your colon looks like. You will have pictures. And that is what I'm going to send around. This is actual pictures from an actual colonoscopy. And it does tell you where exactly in the colon it's from if you can't tell. One other reason is
Come here and sit by
I
Grandpa.
don't have time.
Emma, Mia,
These procedures take too
Mia.
long. Well, actually, according to Tammy over at UNMC, it's a very simple procedure. It actually takes less than 10 to 20 minutes. The worst part of that is actually the day before, cleaning out toilet. That brings me to my other one. I don't like that prep. I've heard about it. It's a gallon. It's going to make me sick. I can't do it. Now, there's a lot of new formulas out there. There's pills, if you fit into it medically and meet the guidelines for that. And the liquid preps are very, a lot smaller amount now, and they taste much better. They have flavorings now. Now, the last one, and I'm sure everybody this has crossed their mind, it's too painful. I don't want a scope in my rectum. According to Tammy, most GI doctors now use medication. One of those is called Diprovan, and it is a very common medication for anesthesia. You're in, you're out. Has very little side effects, very few complications, and most people feel just fine. Plus, it's a day to go home and relax. So, I hope I've kind of informed you with why you should have a colonoscopy if you're over 50, or other possible reasons like you're a smoker, bad diet, not a lot of exercise, something like that.
6.5.